back. What's up, everybody? Binge Well Done coming at you live on this rainy Wednesday, February the 12th. It's 7:23 in the morning. I said it twice. How are you doing? How is everything going? Valentine's Day. It's in a couple days. Not a fan. Don't like it. In all honesty, I really don't like Valentine's Day because I don't like having to feel like I'm obligated to do something nice. And everyone says, "Oh no, you don't have to." No, you have to. It's a lot less expensive to do something nice and hear flack from your girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever. But I don't like being told when I have to do something nice. You know, because then it's expected, and then you don't appreciate it as much. You know, I don't like it. Not a fan. We don't need it. I mean, there's a lot of meaningful holidays that actually have meaning, that mean something. Valentine's Day, it's not one of them. Okay. If you're in a good relationship and you're only nice on Valentine's Day, that would be the exception. Like if you're only nice once a year, Valentine's Day is your holiday. But you have a successful relationship, Valentine's Day, and I'm not being corny when I'm saying this, Valentine's Day should be all year. It really should. Okay? Now, if there's any ladies listening to this, you're probably saying, what a great guy. Guess what? I'm taken. If there are any gay dudes listening, I'm taken by a female. Okay? Not hating, just being honest. Okay? But I'm serious. I don't like being obligated or told when I have to be nice to somebody. Ask anyone, if they're in a relationship, if what they would feel more happy about. If it was like June the 14th, a random day, and a guy just did like a random, unexpected, all-day expense, massage, therapy, or vacation, but just completely spring-loaded it on it. Something that she could get that begins in one day and ends in that exact day, right? Or Valentine's Day, where she expects it. To be honest, most females would probably say both. I hate to say it, but that's the truth, okay? And that's a whole other conversation, not getting into. But anyway, but when it comes down to the genuineness and originality and meaningfulness and stuff like that, they'd probably take the spontaneous one. You know, I don't like it. I'm not a fan. It's coming up in 2 days. Am I gonna boycott it? I have silently fought that fight for so long, and I've expressed my opinion openly to my wife about it. But I'm still gonna get her something. I'm not excited about it. I'm not happy. And you know what? I don't need anything. But for the most part, you know what guys get from Valentine's Day? A thank you and a card, maybe. Just maybe. More likely just a thank you. But we don't need anything, right? I don't have any friends who are like, bro, I'm so totally jazzed up about Valentine's Day. It's gonna be the shit. It just sounds so fake. Like, how are you even gonna have a conversation like that? But I bet you there's one dude out there, maybe two. But anyway, besides from that, don't like it. What else is going on? Comedy-wise, you know, I don't want to take any flack for saying this, and I'm going to try to say this in the easiest way possible. By the way, if you notice my attire, it's because it's what I wear as I'm doing jiu-jitsu. The gi is over top of this, and I wear shorts underneath the gi pants. But anyway, so the thing is, you know, sometimes when I watch a comedian, and I'm not naming names, and I'm not saying on a professional level, or I'm not saying on an amateur, I'm just saying when I watch a comedian perform and I see him off stage, the comedians that I really love the most and that I emulate the most personally are the ones that are the exact way on stage as they are off. So you're getting I'm going to say an hour for all intents and purposes, as though it was a comedy special. An hour of that person's insights, stories, where they've been, and how they are, how they act, how they react, and stuff like that. And I'm not going to give any, like I said, I'm not going to give any examples. But when I see some people doing comedy, I'm not saying it's fake, but it does seem kind of disingenuous, because it seems like it's kind of like a shtick, like an act, like a character, you know? And there are some guys that successfully have a character, and they're nothing like that. I'm pretty sure that that redneck guy, you know, that one redneck guy, he was selling out like football stadiums and everything else like that. Anyway, it's not coming right now, okay? But some people act one way. And the majority, in my opinion, the majority of them that have a shtick, that it's like an act, and that's not who or how they really are or react, are the least successful. And I'm only highlighting that, not to talk about them. I'm just talking about myself for a moment. One of the reasons that I know I'm going to be not just a successful comedian, but great, just to say the very least and not enough, great, in the most egotistical way, it's because I already am the way that I am. The only difference is I'm taking my work ethic with my personality and who I am and how I perceive information and stuff like that, and I'm saying it on stage, right? I'm coming up with material that are all real life interactions of me and how I really feel about. I don't necessarily seek out topics and try to discuss them. I mean, if it happens in passing, it does. But I don't have an act. What you see on stage is really me. If you can get a glimpse of me on stage, those are like either my inner thoughts finally coming out, or my external thoughts of stuff that I've openly said and believe. I think that in my personal opinion, I believe that people can smell the fakeness from like a mile away. They know when that's not you, or you're kind of talking like this. See, yeah, like, there's some people out there that even change their voice or something like that. So I've heard this one guy told me he has a comedy voice. I'm like, all right, you know, whatever works for you works. But regardless of success of others, the ones that I enjoy the most and that I emulate the most are the ones that are the exact way on stage as they are off. And you can tell that that's exactly what they are. If they have like some sort of audio show on YouTube, or iTunes show, or whatever, you name it, okay? That's who these people are in real life. And that's part of the reason that I'm actually doing this channel, is because, sorry I keep touching myself, I got like a little, not a scratch, but whatever, kind of itches. But yeah, that's the reason I'm doing this, because I really do believe that the more that I do this, the more people will understand how I react and who I am and stuff like that, which really matters a lot to me, because when you see me on stage, it'll be like, I want it so when I'm on stage, people say, I know that guy. Or it's like, I feel like I know that guy because I've listened to him so much. Now, the thing is, there's a lot of people out there that are doing exactly what I'm doing, okay? And it's kind of hard to rise above. But here's just the raw numbers, okay? The whole matter-of-factness of the whole thing. There's so much content out there that's absolutely garbage, that people are not putting their work in. And this is completely unbiased. I'm just being honest. Out of all the people that have YouTube channels, okay? And again, I'm not being egotistical when I'm saying this, but of all the people that have YouTube channels and MP3 audio streaming shows and YouTube shows and Sirius XM and all, whatever's out there, right? Not every single one of them has a work ethic. I know I do. I I set my alarm for dark 30. I'm working on material non-stop, round the clock, and I love every single part of it. And that's not to say that others aren't, but realistically and statistically, I'm telling you up front, you just have to generally know that there's more bad content out there than there is good content. Turn on television. Sometimes there's absolutely nothing good on at all, except for one thing. And I'm not being egotistical to say that I'm that one thing. What I am saying is there's a lot of good things, but there's so much more bad outweighing the good. One of the hardest challenges is actually rising up above and separating that. So I got to do that by doing, I'm starting to do 2 posts per day on my Instagram, but with different hashtags to reach different audiences. And when I combine the total views, because I make like a video of it, anyway, even if it's a picture, I'll make like a video of it. There's a way to do it, but whatever. I'll see, oh, I had 400 people looking at my post, and on every single one of them, it says my Instagram and my YouTube channel and stuff like that, right? And it's not always something funny. It might be, might not be though. But yeah. So rising up and filtering your, all the people that are really successful now. And again, I'm not hating. I'm just laying out facts. When they started their YouTube channels and stuff like that, they either already were successful and had a following, okay? And also, it really worked out great for the ones that are already on top, because they didn't have the traffic. It was such a new thing. Like Joe Rogan, his show, it's great. It is the number one best in the entire world, without question. It just is, being completely unbiased. But he was also one of the first guys to do it. So what I'm saying is he actually started early. Now all of this technology and social media and YouTube and all that other stuff, I'm just airing out not necessarily the problems, but just the obstacles. And I'm overcoming them, but I'm just laying them out so it's fully known. When you don't have a following, and when you're starting a channel and you're doing all this content, you kind of know the way to do it now based off of others. But the problem is you're also following an old path that's mandatory, that you have to do to keep up, which I do, no complaint, just being honest. But it's also one that has so much traffic on it. Imagine going to the top of a mountain with nobody in front of you, and then all of a sudden everybody says, hey, if you go to the top, they give you $1 million. Well, I got a huge line in front of me, is what I'm getting at. And some of them could be extremely interesting. That's another big problem. There's so many interesting YouTube channels and iTunes shows and all sorts of other stuff like that. It's kind of challenging on its own just to I didn't pick my nose. Side note, I went like this. It was a weird way to place my finger when I was taking a thought, but whatever. Anyway, just a moment. School bus, foggy windows. All right, windows are good now. What I was saying is that there's so much interesting content out there that separating yourself and even when you do everything right, well, just take the raw number of everybody that is doing everything right, that has a work ethic. That's another challenge. So the only way I can necessarily rise above is with my content. And it's the content of the product that I am not actually selling, but that I am not advertising, but I'm working on showing the most, which is my comedy. And having different material. I mean, there's tons of guys that can make people chuckle and laugh and everything. But in order to rise above, you want to hear crazy stories, you want to hear a different style, you want to hear something different, listen to me. And again, that's not being egotistical. I've had a very, very diverse life. Okay? I went to college in Russia. I speak 4 languages. I'm an Army veteran. Okay? I have a degree in awesomeness. No, I'm just joking. It's not an awesomeness, but I do have a bachelor's. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on and on and on. I love hunting, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm married to a girl that's international. I mean, I'm a Caucasian-looking dude who lived in a city where black is the dominant color. I say city, but it was pretty much everywhere in that area, the DC area. I didn't ever actually, my house was not in DC, but all my friends were always dark of some kind. Or, here's the other thing, if they weren't black, it was like it was just some white guy that had completely. I don't actually have a crowd, is what I'm getting at. And I believe that I'm very relatable because I have had so many different life experiences. And those life experiences don't just help create who I am, but it helps separate me. It helps separate me from the others. I haven't met anybody else that has been to a communist country to go to college and learn a foreign language while you're there. There's tons of crazy stories that happened in Russia. Okay? A lot of people tell similar stories of a similar lifestyle. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that is, I'm sure there's genuine stories and moments in that similar lifestyle that have to be tapped in and honed in on. Okay? But for me, just the lifestyle in general has been so completely different just because of all of my diverse choices and options. So, anyway, and hopefully I can add to this channel if anyone ever emails me any life question, because with that diverse background, I really did want to add like extra content to this channel. And I might even in Instagram, I might even do your if it's okay with you and you let me know, follow me on Instagram. Instagram is Benja, Benja, well done, WELLDONE, and my email is Benja, BENJA, well done, WELLDONE at gmail.com. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have people email me in any live question, and I will roast the shit out of you for fun, okay? And I'll keep it anonymous. I won't say who you are, and you don't even have to tell me who you are, okay? Because I'm not asking. And I will roast the shit out of your situation for comedic relief, followed by giving you a real, legit answer, okay? But with your consent, I'd really even like to have that be the a Instagram post with just your question on it to get more, not just more viewership, but it would be fun. It would just be another way of being dynamic and interactive with the guys and girls that are listening to this channel. So hopefully I can get that going, but it all just depends on you and the base of guys and girls that I have listening and stuff like that. So that's all I got. I really got to get to work and stuff. I stayed a little after. What was that noise? I stayed a little after in jiu-jitsu today, so I really got to get in gear and get the ball moving, get everything going. But I hope everybody has an awesome day. Thank you so much for your time for Valentine's Day. Good luck with that. I'm Benja Well Done. Check me out. Peace.